Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to a new video. My name is Prince Mason. So I'm trying to switch up the lighting setup here and not be lazy and just shoot with natural light. I hope you guys like it. But yeah, today's video is not about that. Today's video is about my camera settings for my beauty portraits that I shoot in the studio, and I'm going to be sharing my camera settings and why I use those particular settings, and I think you guys should try it out and let me know how it is. So kill the intro, let's get straight to today's video. Prince Mason got that sauce in it. So yeah, before we get into today's video, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and also go hawk smash that like button if you like my content. And yeah, the first thing we're going to talk about today is the camera gear that I use. Now this is not really important, but I just want to put it out there so you guys know what I use. So basically I use the Sony A7R Mark III, and for my beauty portraits recently I've been shooting with the Canon 100mm f2.8. Yes, I think it's f2.8. Yes, the 100mm f2.8. That's the lens I've been shooting with, and I paired the lens with the camera with the Sigma MC11 adapter. Now for the autofocus performance, I don't know how it works because the lens is not really in amazing shape right now, so I just shoot with manual focus, but my 35 works well on it. That's what I'm shooting on right now. So yeah, that's my camera gear, so let's get that aside. And for lights, typically I shoot with the Godox AD600 Pro. How did I forget that? I shoot typically with the Godox AD600 Pro, and if I'm using any kicker, it's typically the Godox AD600 or the Godox AD200. So yeah, that's my light setup. Now let's get straight into camera settings. Now the first thing I say is my white balance, and it's really the least important thing because I shoot raw, and I believe everybody shoots raw, or I believe everybody should shoot raw when they're shooting their studio portraits. So yeah, the first thing I say is my white balance, and I typically say it's like 5,000, but basically I can always change that in post, so it really does not matter. I just like to see the pictures look nice on my screen when I'm taking pictures. Yeah, now the next thing is my shutter speed. So my shutter speed typically is between 1/60th and 1/200th of a second basically, and the reason why I do that is because I'm trying to kill any ambient light that's in the studio. I just want my light to be what's lighting my subject specifically, and anything that's above that will go into high-speed sync. We're not going to get into all of that in today's video, but typically in my studio, 1/160th of a second, 1/160th of a second is fine to like cut out the ambient light, and if I take a picture, everywhere is dark. The next thing I change on my camera is my aperture. Now this is a bit more complicated. Typically when I shoot my headshots or my studio portraits or my beauty portraits, I like my images to be really sharp, and I really do not want a lot of depth of field in my images when I shoot in the studio. I want everything to be in focus. So for my headshots, and I'm shooting at the 100mm, and typically with the 100mm, because it's a macro lens, I get really close to my subject. I typically have to shoot at very high apertures. If not, the eye will be in focus and the nose will be out of focus, or sometimes the eyelid will be in focus and the eye will not be, the eye will be out of focus. So typically I shoot anything from f7 all the way to f14, and my studio pictures are like going to be really sharp. So typically when you shoot with your aperture and it's that high, what happens is that a lot of things are in focus. So like the eyes, the nose, everything is going to be in focus. But if you're looking for something that is a lot more creative, you're going for something that is artsy, you want, you know, a lot of the subject's face to be out of focus, then definitely you can shoot with a lower aperture. But for me, typically what I do in the studio and how I get extremely sharp images is I shoot with like a really high aperture, and I think that you guys should try it out too if you do not do that. But if you do that, put a comment below, let me know. And the next thing I do, or next thing I say, is my ISO, and typically for my ISO it's always at the lowest, and for the lowest ISO on my camera is 64, but I forget and I leave it at 100 most of the time. But most cameras out there will probably just do like ISO 100, and that's fine. And the reason is because I really do not want any noise in my image. I want my images to be clean and tack sharp. So yeah, we've gone from aperture to ISO to shutter speed, aperture, and ISO. So typically those are my camera settings when I shoot in the studio. Now you have to put it at the back of your mind that your images are not going to be sharp if your image or if your subject is out of focus. So you need to nail your focus. Your focus has to be like on point. You need to nail your focus for your images to be tack sharp. But if your focus is nailed, if your subject is in focus and you follow these settings that I have given you guys and I am putting out there for you guys to try, then definitely your images are going to be tack sharp. trust me. Why am I doing like this? I'm trying to be serious. Yeah. So that's about it. Also, one last thing, if you're going to be shooting with apertures that high, then your flash has to be really strong and you probably have to shoot with like a lot of power. So I'm just putting that out there for you guys to know. Yeah, so if you enjoyed today's video, do not forget to go Hulk smash on the like button. Comment below, let me know what your typical camera settings are like. Now, I'm going to go outdoors and I'll shoot very soon. I'll be showing you guys my settings for shooting outdoors. The one outdoors is like crazy because it's different, you know, you just don't know how bright it's going to be or how dark it's going to be. So yeah, I think that's going to be a whole nother video and it's not going to be as short as this because, you know, for outdoors, it's probably like, oh, how to shoot in the mornings, how to shoot in the afternoons, how to shoot at sunset. So it's going to be like a couple videos. I just hope I'm not lazy and I just go out to shoot. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys like this light setup. I don't know if I like it yet, but I'll check it out. And if you do, then give me a thumbs up. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Have an amazing week. Peace.
Prince Mason got that sauce in it.